Good evening. My name is Orchid Heflin. I just want to go over with you as far as the interview questions concerning home and school connection. So let's get to it. Cultural responsive teaching is summed up in providing answers to these very detailed questions. In the short video, it is a hope and purpose to relay research-based responses to the questions listed in the interview. The answers are as follows. Cultural influences, whether teaching or learning, refers to how cultural backgrounds shape and beliefs of students and teachers' interactions and behaviors in classroom. The influences can affect styles of communication, preferences relating to how students learn and engage, motivation, expectations, and possible behaviors. Some influences could be in the communication style, how a person receives information, how they respond to information, like nonverbal or verbal cues. Some cultures can impact the way they view authority and how they respond to authority. The influence can be seen in how students are raised to work independently or gravitate towards group efforts. Their formative attitude towards education can be based on cultural dynamics. There is also the application of culture-based curriculum that can be a key influencer to students' learning. Lastly, parental involvement or the lack thereof can also play a part in the cultural influence. Some parents have limited English in so their involvement can be perceived as disinterested or when they really don't feel adequate in their participation. To define cultural competency is to have the ability to value and understand, respect, and provide effective teaching practice for students from diverse backgrounds and cultures. It's engaging caring and awareness of one's own cultural worldview and perspective. It is willingness to gain knowledge of different cultures and dynamics while ever developing skills to present a multicultural existence in communication and instruction. The role of cultural competency as it pertains to EL students established in the relationships with built, the validation of home language, the culture, and using differentiated instruction to individualize the learning experience based on the student's level of learning. It is the promotion of equitable access for all student situations and dynamics. It can be seen in the collaboration within families. And finally, the extinguishing of any biases and stereotypes. In order to incorporate and integrate these cultural values in the context of teaching and learning, one can use problems or examples that draw from student backgrounds. They can invite students' participation and allow use of home language and build assignments around a specific culture. Another concept would be to adopt flexible formatting practices and during those assignments or projects offer home connection involvement where parents guardians can share input to develop this research and background for the assignment. The presence of culture sets a foundation for students' learning. It develops and shapes how students perceive, respond, and think towards communication, interaction, understanding of the world around them. It is how they take it all in. Culture provokes individual interpretation, their response to the instruction, challenges, and their overall classroom engagement. Culture is not to be viewed as an addition to learning. It is to be integrated, a part of the whole. When there is respect and sense of recognition for culture, teachers can provide a learning environment of inclusion, relevance, and empowerment. Classroom environments that exhibit these foundations provide a higher level of influence for language acquisition, representing sense of safety, belonging for students to feel confident, to share opportunities for engagement with peers, possible access to more grade level content, and help to develop cultural responsiveness, not just in the EL students, but other students that will learn to engage in respectful manners. Ways to celebrate cultural diversity would be to implement cultural traditions and events, implement use of culturally relevant content to expose culture and backgrounds to students, and use visual cultural environments, just to name a few, would help to shape the existence of celebrated differences. To effectively support students with a combined need for EL support and special needs, one has to make instruction personal so that academic, linguistic, and cognitive levels match. Ensure that students are affirmed in their abilities and strengthens through identifying scaffolding practices that build on their unique academic, social, and emotional supports and needs. When classrooms are designed with routines relating to social, emotional, and cultural awareness, they can produce confidence and more engaged students. It will help to strengthen connection, communication, and the idea that classroom is a community. It can minimize or even eliminate misunderstandings and behavior issues. Overall, it can cause EL students to feel valued, inspiring the optimal learning environment. When asking about the how families and communities influence language, it is to express that the language's lived experiences, traditions, and skills fuel and enhance ELL students. These practices are necessary and truly an educator's tools to transform the educational experience for EL students. The building of strong family support, community involvement, and school partnerships is crucial in supporting English learners, both academically, socially, and emotionally. When families and communities seek to engage and undergird and support ELs, they thrive. This is done by building trust and relationships, providing responsive cultural communication, establishing two-way communication to ensure families and teachers are keeping the lines of communication effective and open. One can do this by promoting and valuing the home language, working with families to feel empowered to educate their students at home with support, involve those families to get involved in the curriculum, to provide community engagement practice effectively. An educator can look into the partner with organizations, design fairs that support families with resources, invite parents to volunteer, and lastly, celebrate rich heritage through multicultural nights or fun events that can showcase traditions and cultural heritage. In short, culture is a part of the educational system, and we have so many differences involved in the classroom, and it invokes a passion, a compassion, and a striving to bring together all different varieties of students from all different backgrounds, and having them see themselves inside the classroom is definitely a need. It's not necessarily a need, but it's crucial to producing a more equipped ELL student to be able to reach proficiency, because they are supported, they are loved, they are valued, and their traditions are throughout the classroom, and heritage are shown and is celebrated all throughout. So thank you for this opportunity to interview and to answer these questions, because these are the dynamics that produce a very empowered educational background foundation for ELL students. Have a great day.